Good afternoon. Welcome to Sunshine Reports. My name is Oduayo Sawyer. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has approved 32 new permanent secretaries for the civil service effective February 1, 2026, plus confirmations for 2 statutory positions. The Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Ebenezer Adeniyi, in a statement, said the move was to fortify state administration with a swearing-in ceremony set for the new appointees shortly. Also, Olushola Ajayi is now Statistician General, while Charles Ojuolakwe awaits Assembly approval as Auditor General for local government. The Senate's decision to strike out the real-time transmission of election results from Nigeria's electoral law has ignited widespread controversy and concern. Political analysts are raising alarm over the potential damage to the credibility of future elections. Omori Olangbeji completes the story.
For decades, Nigeria's elections have depended on physically transporting result sheets from polling units to collation centers at ward, local government, and state levels. Yet, much of the post-election litigation and public outrage stems not from voting, but from manipulations during this vulnerable physical movement. Ironically, neighbors like Sierra Leone, Liberia, Malawi, and even Ghana, despite similar logistical challenges, have embraced electronic systems, uploading polling unit results directly to central servers on public portals. These innovations boost transparency, curb interference, slash malpractice opportunities, and build voter trust. The Senate's removal of real-time electronic transmission of election results from the Electoral Act has provoked divided reactions from political stakeholders and analysts. Political analyst Tokpe Okeowo argued that credible elections are vital to Nigeria's democracy, questioning the wisdom of the Senate's decision. He warned that dishing the provision undermines transparency and squanders technology's power to combat electoral fraud.
I don't think any right-thinking person who wants his own election to be marred with irregularity. And it will be very, very wrong. In fact, I don't know what the Senate or the Federal Republic was thinking when they wanted to remove it. I don't think it will succeed because the National Assembly, the House of Reps, had said earlier that they didn't agree. So they have to sit down to harmonize it. But I don't think this Senate of the Federal Republic is working for the people.
Social analyst Bolu Esho voiced skepticism about the Senate's decision to scrap real-time election result transmission, calling it a gateway for greater irregularities. He demanded clearer explanations from lawmakers, warning that without it, accountability and public trust in election will erode.
The Senate should be able to come forward to explain to Nigerians. At least they are representatives of the people. Let them tell us why they decided to do this. What is the reason? We should know. So, because the problem is, if the result is out, we won't have confidence in our electoral empire anymore, because we'll just be thinking that, okay, they just sat down somewhere and then concoct some figures and then announce the same to people.
Political commentator Lekan Olajobi stressed that real-time result transmission builds public confidence by mirroring polling unit outcomes instantly at coalition centers, slashing interference risks. He warned of the controversies border fallout for Nigeria's democratic health.
We have noticed that from time to time there have been electoral amendments of these laws, hoping to meet the reality or the existential reality of the days as elections are being held by the high neck. But as it is now, there are some of those electoral laws and amendments, especially the major one now that is controversial, which is expressing or giving results, electronic transmission of elections and the results in real time. And the word real time means that as soon as the elections are conducted and are being collated and numbered or recorded at the polling units, immediately they will send it to the high ref portal, whereby everyone would have a coordinated and a collated result as soon as that election is conducted.
Amid the heated debate, analysts and stakeholders urge open dialogue and targeted reforms to fortify Nigeria's electoral system and rebuild public faith before upcoming polls. Omoriola Hungbiji, Osrc News.
The Contributory Health Insurance Scheme is projected to enroll at least 1 million beneficiaries by the year 2027, while no fewer than 109 residents of Ondo State are currently benefiting from the scheme 6 years after its commencement. Director General of the Ondo State Contributory Health Commission, Abiodun Oyeneyin, disclosed this while speaking at the first 2026 edition of Circuit, an interactive program of the NUJ Osrc Orange FM Chapel. Omoriola Hungbiji again has details.
Circuit was established 21 years ago to provide a platform where political leaders, heads of MDAs, entrepreneurs, and captains of industry engage the public with first-hand information on their mandates. That's all. Abiodun Oyeneyin, Director General of the Ondo State Contributory Health Commission, Abiodun Oyeneyin, kickstarted this year's edition on the topic Achieving Universal Health Coverage Through Health Insurance. Dr. Oyeneyin acknowledged the commitment of Ondo State government to the well-being of citizens both at the formal and informal sector, hence the consistency in the improvement recorded in the Commission. According to him, the Commission is projecting to enroll at least 1 million beneficiaries by the year 2027 in line with the state government's commitment to universal health coverage. He further clarified that beneficiaries do not make out-of-pocket payments for healthcare services aside from the 1.2% statutory monthly contribution deducted from their earnings.
On the farmer grade, Ondo State has the best farmer grade in the southwest. Mr. Governor graciously approved and donated 2 kilos vehicles to aid logistics, and this has made the work easier and better. In order for our enrollees to be able to have access to us, we currently have a 24/7 call center number which we share across board to ensure that when people are in the hospital and they still have one challenge or the other, then they can call those numbers. We do have a WhatsApp number. We have HMOs, third-party administrators that we have coordinating the 3 senatorial zones. We also have an occupational health department that go around MPAs and business development department that also carry out sensitization, medical outreaches to ensure that we need medical conditions in the board.
Addressing concerns over alleged lack of drugs for enrollees, Dr. Oyeneyin stated that the Ondo State government is partnering reputable pharmaceutical companies to ensure the provision of quality and standard drugs, adding that over 70 accredited health facilities participating in the scheme are adequately equipped.
We also have what we call the medical assistance program, where services, because health insurance cannot cover all services, where services are not covered. We write government and we get approval. We have public servants that have been referred to Babalola or to OUTAC or to Blue or to Ibobi. And by late last year, we have spent over 46 million on assisting public servants that have special medical conditions or surgeries, or those that go for cancer treatment, or those that need renal transplant, and we have supported to ensure that everybody is well taken care of. I'm sure many questions will still come, areas that have not touched. We'll continue to strive to make ourselves available to provide the best of care.
In his remarks, Director General of the Osrc Media Group, Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, represented by his technical advisor, Collins Olagundoyi, commended the Commission for its achievements and lauded its continuous support for the media.
As we are on this critical will recognize the role of the health insurance in breaking gaps in healthcare access, particularly in unreserved coverages. The success of universal health coverage hinges on robust insurance schemes that are inclusive, sustainable, and responsive to the needs of the population.
The Director of News and Current Affairs, Taiwo Ibitoye, described Circuit as a flagship program of the news department of Osrc Media Group, noting that it had served as a bridge between government and the people for over 21 years.
It is a practice in the unit to always bring to this table, not opposite, but a table that will enable them talk to the people, talk to the press, and some of us are beneficiaries of the improved oranges.
Speaking of the importance of the program, Chairman of the NUJ OSRC Orange FM Chapel, Odunayo Soya, reaffirmed the chapel's commitment to strengthening communication in society while assuring of a more engaging and interactive program. The guests also paid a visit to the organization's health facilities, fully equipped by the Commission about a year ago. Omoyola Hungbeji, OSRC News.
And moving on to the education sector, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board is taking the heat amid reports of controversial policy change that could prevent candidates with prior admissions from re-registering for new courses in the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) or Direct Entry (DE). The claims have sparked alarm among students, parents, and education stakeholders across Nigeria, raising fears of restricted opportunities for those seeking to switch programs. Our reporter, Sunday Adeojo, brings us details.
Ìròyìn tó ń tàn pé àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láwọn
Media reports recently fueled confusion by claiming that undergraduate students and candidates with existing admissions would be barred from registering for the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination or Direct Entry, requiring them to forfeit current offers first. The rumors triggered widespread anxiety among prospective candidates. Ondo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Igbekele Ajibefun, has dismissed the claims as misleading. He clarified that JAMB has imposed no such restrictions, affirming that undergraduate students remain fully eligible to register and sit for the 2026 examinations.
About 3 weeks ago, all the commissioners for education in Nigeria had meeting with JAMB. The meeting was convened by JAMB. And these issues were discussed, including a current student in our tertiary institutions that will want to retake JAMB to change course. JAMB has not denied them from retaking JAMB, but what JAMB is saying is that such student must declare that he or she is already a student in tertiary institution, and he or she wants to retake JAMB. What JAMB is asking for is disclosure of information. JAMB is not saying that they must forfeit the course before they can enroll for another JAMB exam. Yes, they have right to retake the JAMB exam if they want to change their courses of study, but they must also indicate it in the JAMB form that they are already students in tertiary institution.
Professor Ajibefun clarified that the core issue is candidates failing to declare existing active admissions during JAMB registration, which he said is a grave violation of regulations. He warned that deliberately concealing an ongoing admission could lead to the cancellation of both the current admission and any new registration or offer.
There is penalty when you are asked to disclose information and you refuse to disclose. You are in tertiary institution and you are pretending as if you are in secondary school. You know it's a fraud. It's better for the students to declare that they want to change their course, they have already been admitted. You know, JAMB will definitely know, because their names, their fingerprint, everything is there. The JAMB already has those data. So it's better to disclose. So if they fail to disclose, a penalty can include forfeiture of their admission in their current institution, and also they can also forfeit admission in the JAMB exam they want to write. So the best thing is for candidates just to be straightforward.
The commissioner stressed that honesty and transparency are non-negotiable during JAMB registration, as accurate details enable effective admission management. He cautioned that candidates caught manipulating the system face severe penalties, advising all applicants to provide truthful information and sidestep avoidable pitfalls. Sunday at Deyonju, Osrc News.
And as climate change continues to alter weather patterns across Nigeria, including here in Ondo State, health experts are increasingly concerned about the growing impact on public health, especially among children and older adults. In recent years, Ondo has experienced more unpredictable shifts in rainfall and temperature, contributing to changes in disease patterns and environmental stresses that put residents at risk. Experts say the shift from predictable weather to more intense dry spells and sudden rains increases health risks and highlights the urgent need for preventive action, including proper hydration, good nutrition, and timely vaccinations. Adewumi Taiwo reports.
According to local climate data, Ondo experiences a tropical wet and dry climate, with annual temperatures averaging about 28 degrees Celsius and more variable rainfall patterns than in the past. But these shifting weather patterns are not just about discomfort. They are influencing health outcomes in real ways. One of the most pressing concerns is the increasing Lassa fever burden in Ondo State. So far in 2025, Ondo State has accounted for about 30% of nationally confirmed Lassa fever cases, making it one of the epicenters of the outbreak. With hundreds of cases reported across the country, Ondo's share reflects how weather and environmental conditions such as prolonged dry seasons that boost rodent populations can aggravate disease transmission locally. Changes in rainfall and humidity also influence vector-borne diseases like malaria. Research shows that increases in temperature and rainfall variation in the
We apologize for that mix-up. Moving on. The rainy season has not yet set in, but there are concerns across over the level of preparedness of communities ahead of the expected rains. Experts warn that rainfall may begin earlier than usual this year, making early preparation critical to reducing the risk of flooding, erosion, and related disasters. Our reporter, Sunday Deyonju, examines flood preparedness in Ondo State and the dangers posed by blocked drainage, erosion channels, and poor waste disposal.
It remains one of the most destructive environmental challenges in Ondo State, often resulting in loss of property, displacement of residents, and threats to lives. Even though the state is still in dry season, predictions of early rainfall have heightened the need for proactive flood control measures. One major factor worsening flood in many communities is the indiscriminate dumping of refuse inside gutters and drainage. When these channels are blocked, flood water is prevented from flowing freely, forcing water into residential areas and farmlands. Findings across several local government areas show that many drains are either damaged or completely blocked, posing serious risk ahead of the rainy season. In Usho, our local government area of the Ondo State, drainage is in poor condition with many sections badly damaged and others completely blocked. Residents say they are already worried about what may happen once the rains commence, recalling the impact of previous flooding incidents.
This place is a very tough place during the rainy season. First and foremost, this place is somehow low. When they are restoring the bridge is over flooded. So I think the community, the government should do something about the raining.
The situation has drawn the attention of traditional authorities as the Olobayo Oba Ademola Adebiyi appealed to the Ondo State government to urgently intervene to prevent flooding in Usho.
Actually, when you're talking about rainy season, it's God that is normally doing it. And we don't have control over the weather. And the only area that we are so concerned is about the flooding that we normally experience annually in our community, which has devastated a lot of our township roads and other residential areas. And we are trusting God this year that probably we have an intervention from the government that will also help us to dredge the water channel in order not to affect some of the buildings and also people that are applying the road within the community. It's been a very long-term issues that we have been battling with.
The technical advisor to the governor on erosion control and flood-related matters, Elisha Ebijimi, said the state government has been proactive in addressing erosion and flooding challenges. He explained that erosion control works are currently ongoing in Ondo Town and will subsequently extend to Akure North and Usho community. Ebijimi added that all 18 local government areas of Ondo State will be closely monitored this year, especially as preparations has been intensified ahead of the rainy season, assuring residents that no community will be neglected.
I have promised the good people of Usho and the KBC that by ending of March, I'm going to commence Usho assignments. I've been trying his best on flood control since he assuming office, and he's still going to try more because early this year he has sent me out to go and start another operation, and by special grace of God, I'm going to brief him about Usho community.
As the state remains in the dry season, residents are being urged to clear their drains and desist from indiscriminate waste disposal to reduce the risk of flooding when the rains eventually set in. Sunday Adeyonju for Osrc News.
That's the news. Thank you so much for watching. Good afternoon.